Greetings, everybody. Jeffrey Guterman, and it's time for Strat-O-Matic baseball again. This is the second game of our doubleheader between the Houston Astros and the New York Mets. If you don't want it spoiled, the first game, leave now. I mean right now, because I'm going to be talking about it all game, or at least parts of the game. You missed a doozy this morning if you missed it. In the first game of this doubleheader, Jerry Koosman was exemplary. A complete game shutout, two-hitter with 8 strikeouts. Wilson got the loss, 3 runs in 7 innings. Ray came in to relieve him in the 8th. 3-0 Mets. This is July 30, 1969. Astros now fall 1 game below 500. They are 12 games out. And the Mets now above 500. Setting records, franchise records, best record ever this late in the season. And now they're 12 games out. I was wrong about the catchers. Edwards for Houston and Jerry Grote for the Mets are both fine. They just took off the first game. Let me go through the lineups. Sandy Valdespino leads off for Houston in left. Morgan at second. Wynn in center. Miller in right. Mankey at short. Blefary at first. Rader at third. Edwards the catcher. And the ace, Larry Dierker, a right-hander. And boy, is he a good pitcher. So Gary Gentry, pitching for the Mets, will have a tough time following Koosman, especially against Dierker. For the Mets, the lineup is largely the same except the insertion of Jerry Grote behind the plate. It's Agee in center, Boswell at second, Jones in left, Shamsky in right, Garrett at third, Cranepool at first, Grote catching, Buddy Harrelson at short, and Gary Gentry, the pitcher. And this is Gil Hodges' left-hand platoon against the right-hander Dierker. And in just a minute, the Mets will take the field, and rookie Gary Gentry will try to bring a sweep to the Mets in this ball game. The tweet will be posted in 2 minutes. And we thank you for being part of the SBN family, the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. My coffee is ready. And I'm looking for a nice leisurely ball game. I tried an experiment yesterday, but I might do it again when sunset comes. I might go back on YouTube and just do a recap of the day while taking my medicine. We'll see how that works. Sandy Valdespino, by the way, playing left in place of Jesus, who played in the first game. We're at Shea Stadium in Flushing, New York. Nice crowd out here for the doubleheader. And the tweet is up, and the tweet, let's check it out. The tweet is good. And the New York Mets take the field. Let's set up the Mets defensively in the infield. It's Kranepool at first, Boswell at second, Garrett at third, Harrelson at short. In the outfield, left to right, Cleon in left, Agee and Shamsky. Gentry on the mound, Jerry Grote catching him. And here comes the first batter, Sandy Valdez-Spino, the recently deceased Sandy Valdez-Spino, a left-handed hitter. And we're glad to have you all. Gentry is on the mound. He's got the ball. Grote gives him the sign. He's ready. Grote, Gentry into his windup, and the pitch to Valdez-Spino, 2-4, and he flies it to left. Cleon is there. One down. In fact, I think that's how the first game started. Oh, no, it was a strikeout. I'm sorry. So Gentry retires Valdez-Spino. Here comes Joe Morgan, also a left-hander. Gentry is ready. Here's the pitch to Morgan. 4-7. He walked him. That's dangerous doing because he's got speed. Morgan on first with one out. He's a 1-12 stealing with Grote's arm. And here's Jimmy Wynn. Harden is rooting for a sweep. I am too. Gentry from the stretch. The pitch to Wynn. 6-2. That's grounded back to Gentry. And Gentry picks it up and turns the double play. 1-4-3. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits, a walk, and none left after a double play. After a half an inning here at Shea. Houston nothing, and the Mets coming to bat. Let's set up the Astros defensively. In the infield, Blefary at first, Morgan at center, Rader at third, and Menke at short. In the outfield, left to right, it's Valdez-Spino, Wynn, and Miller. Dierker on the mound, and catching him is Johnny Edwards. And leading it off for the Mets is Tommy Agee. Agee sends a long fly ball to left field, and oh, it just misses. It's foul. That would have been a home run if it was just a little bit further to the right. Okay, Dierker into his windup. Here's the pitch again to Agee. That's 3-7, and he struck him out. And that's the first strikeout for Lawrence Dierker. A good strikeout pitcher. Whoa. And here's Ken Boswell. Dierker really was something. He won 20 this season in real world for the Astros, a 500 team. 2.33, 37 starts, averaging about 9 strikeouts per 9 innings. Here's Ken Boswell. That's a strike called on Boswell. Dierker into his windup. Here's the pitch to Boswell. 6-8. Grounder to first. Scooped by Bleffery. Steps on the bag. It's 2 away in the Mets' bottom of the first. Here comes Cleon. Dierker winds. The pitch to Cleon. 1-7. And he walked him. Cleon on first with 2 outs. He's being held 1-10, 1-9 with Edwards. And Archamsky is the batter, left-handed hitter. Dierker from the stretch now. And the pitch to Shamsky. 3-6. Fly ball center. Jimmy Wynn under it. He makes the catch. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits, a walk. Left on base. After 1, it's scoreless here at Shea. In the second game of the doubleheader, Mets took the first 3-0 on the Kuzman 2-hit shutout. This evening at 6 p.m., I will be broadcasting live here for a wrap-up of the day's games, and just to have some interaction with my fellow Strat-O-Matic people. Okay, we move to the top of the second. And Norm Miller will lead it off. Miller, a left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch from Gentry. 6-3. Base hit to left field for Miller. Jones throws it back, and Miller is on to lead it off. And here in the top of the second for Houston. Now Dennis Menke. Gentry from the stretch. 4-6. And that is a base hit for Menke. Right up the middle. Miller goes to third. And the Astros have first and third, nobody out. For Kurt Bleffery, also a left-handed hitter. The infield is double play depth. I'd love to hear from you in text. Here's the pitch to Bleffery. 6-9. Walked him. Gentry has loaded the bases with Houston Astros and nobody out. He's in a jam here. Now Doug Rader comes up. Infield remains back. They'll concede a run. Gentry is set and the pitch. 2-8. And that's a fly ball to left. Getting under it is Cleon. He makes the catch, and Miller tags from third. And the Astros lead at 1-0. So it's 1-0 Houston. First and second, one out, and Johnny Edwards is up. Dierker comes out on deck. Getting a little messy up there on the top. But it's early. The pitch to Edwards. 4-10. Catcher X. Grody is a 2. 5-2. And he pops out to Grody, the catcher, 2 away. Gentry should consider himself lucky to get out of this with 1 run. He's got Dierker now at the plate. He's a right-handed hitter. 2 outs, first and second, 1 in. The pitch to Dierker. 1-8, struck him out. That's the first strikeout by Gentry. The side is retired. There was 1 run on 2 singles, a walk, a sacrifice fly bringing Miller home, and 2 left on after 1.5. It's 1-0 Houston. And leading it off for the Mets in the bottom of the second is Wayne Garrett. That's fouled back and out of play. Just a little messy. Garrett, a left-handed hitter, going against the right-hander Dierker. The pitch from Dierker called strike on Garrett. And the pitch 3-7, and he grounds it to first. That's for Blefary, and he tosses it to Dierker, covering the bag, and there's 1 down in the Mets half of the second. Now here's Eddie Kranepool. And the pitch to Kranepool. That's 5-9. And he struck him out. Second strikeout for Dierker. 2 down. And Jerry Grody is the batter. There's a strike called on Grody. Dierker, the wind-up, and the pitch. 2-8, struck him out, and the side is retired. A 1-2-3 for Larry Dierker. And if this is any sign of how Dierker will be today, it's going to be a long game for the Mets, but we'll see. Still early. After 2, it's 1-0 Astros. And Gary Gentry takes the mound to pitch to the Stros in the top of the third. And it will be the top of the order coming to bat. Leading it off is Sandy Valdespino, recently died, maybe a week or two ago. He flew to left in the first, and Gentry is ready. Here's the pitch to Valdespino. That's 6-7. Struck him out. That's the second strikeout for Gentry. Now Joe Morgan, he walked, was out in a double play. That's low for a ball to Morgan. Fouled back and out of play. Count is 1-1 on Joe Morgan. Top of the third, 1-0 Astros. 1 out, nobody on. And the pitch to Morgan. 1-10. Pops it up, foul territory just to the side of the plate. Grody makes the catch. 2 down. And that brings up Jim Wynn. Jimmy grounded into the double play in the first to end the inning with Morgan on first after a walk. The toy cannon. Oh, Jimmy Wynn. Here's the pitch from Gentry. 5-6, and he flies it to right. Shamsky is there, and it's a 1-2-3 for Gentry. And we've gone 2.5. It's 1-0 Houston, second game of a doubleheader. Mets took the first 3-0 on Kuzman. Wow, you can't pitch much better than he did. 2-hit shutout. Leading it off for the Mets will be Buddy Harrelson, a switch hitter. He'll bat left against Dierker. And that's a called strike on Harrelson. Outside for a ball. Harrelson has dementia, severe dementia now. Okay, Dierker winds the pitch to Buddy Harrelson. 1-7. He struck him out. Oh, that's the fourth for Dierker. 3 strikeouts in a row. Dierker really looks tough today. And Gary Gentry is the batter. His first plate appearance in the ball game. Here's Dierker now, the wind-up, the pitch to Gentry. 6-9. Grounds it to short. Scooped by Menke. Menke scoops it and throws him out. 2 down in the bottom of the third. And it's Tommy Agee, top of the order here. He struck out in the first. Dierker walks off the mound. Grab some resin. He comes back now. Gets the sign from Edwards. He's set. And here's the pitch to AG. 1-4. Walked him. A 2-out walk to AG. And Ken Boswell is the batter. Oh, that was a gem of a game. It was like a diamond, I would call it. A diamond of a game by Coos. And I urge all of you who are interested in Mets history and baseball history to go to YouTube and put in a search, Jerry Koosman, Howie Rose interview. Jerry Koosman, Howie Rose interview. It's about a half an hour and it's just awesome. It's fairly recent and he talks about a lot of things, including exactly how he felt when he was on the mound with 2 outs in the 9th in the 5th game of the World Series. Really pretty fascinating to hear. It's 2 outs, AG on first, Boswell at the plate. He grounded to first in the first. Dierker working from the stretch. And the pitch to Boswell. 6-7. Struck him out. Oh, that's the 5th for Dierker. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits. A walk to AG left on base. We've gone 3. It's 1-0. Both pitchers pitching good baseball, I would say. But Dierker, unhittable thus far. We're going to move to the top of the 4th here. I think I might have one more game in me this afternoon, not counting the post-game, post-day wrap-up at 6 p.m. Don't miss that. 6 p.m. Eastern. Next on our schedule, on July 30, 1969, we can expect to see the New York Yankees playing the Oakland Athletics, the second game of a 3-game series. And pitching for the Yankees will be Fritz Peterson, and for the A's, Jim Catfish Hunter. Two fine pitchers. Well, here comes Norm Miller to lead it off here, top of the 4th. He singled and scored the only run in this ball game. This was in the 2nd inning. He singled, Mankey singled, sending him to 3rd. And then Miller came home on Raiders' sacrifice fly to Cleon. Gentry is ready. Here's the pitch to Miller. 5-7. Grounder to second, Boswell. He's a 3. 1-3, that's going to go through. Boswell could not get that. And that's the second hit, the second single for Norm Miller today. And here comes Dennis Mankey. Mankey singled in the 2nd to move him to 3rd so that he came home on Raiders' fly ball. That's fouled back, out of play. Okay, Gentry ready now. The pitch to Mankey. 6-9, and he walked him. 1st and 2nd, 3rd walk given up by Gentry today. It's 1st and 2nd. What the hell happened here? Lord. First and second, nobody out. And Kurt Blefary is the batter. I'm not sure, Kathy. I just saw your tweet, your text. Wow, good one. I don't know what you mean. I don't know the context. I always like to acknowledge your texts. It's first and second, nobody out. Gentry facing Blefary now. He's working from the stretch. Blefary walked in the second. Here's the pitch from Gentry. 4-6, and that is a line out to second caught by Boswell. That one did not get by Ken. Nice catch by Boswell for the first out of the inning. And here's Doug Rader with the run batted in, knocking home Miller for the only run in this ball game. First and second, one out. Gentry from the stretch. The pitch to Rader. 3-8. And he grounds it back to Gentry, over to Boswell, to Cranepool. Double play. That's the second time that Gentry turned one. And the side is retired. No runs, one hit, none left. And we're in the middle of the fourth. We've got a ball game, no doubt about it, Kathy Harden. I would say this is a ball game. 1-0 Astros, and here come the Mets, bottom of the fourth. And leading it off will be Cleon. Well, Cleon steps in. Oh, the Yankee game. Oh, yeah, I'm so sorry, Kathy Harden. Yeah, Fritz Peterson and Catfish. Sounds good. Okay, Dierker. No hits allowed in 3 innings. He did walk 2. He struck out 5. Here's the pitch to Cleon. 1-4. And it's hit well. And that's a double in the gap. Cleon with a stand-up double to lead it off. First hit off Dierker. And I'll bring up Art Shamsky now. I think I'll get to that Yankee game come around, who knows, 4 o'clock or something. That's all Eastern time, U.S. folks. So Dierker allows a double to Cleon to lead off the bottom of the fourth. And here's Art Shamsky, flew to center in the first. And there's a strike called on Shamsky. And the pitch to Shamsky. 3-9. Grounds it back to Dierker. Throws it over to Blefary at first, and Jones holds. 1 down for Wayne Garrett. Yeah, Metsies. I think the professor, the old professor, Casey Stengel, called them the Metsies. One out, Jones on second. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Mets trail 1-0. And Dierker throws. 6-8. Grounder to first. Blefary scoops it and steps on the bag, 2 down. I could tell you a story about Casey Stengel that might make you cringe. I'll tell it to you only if you want to hear it. It has to do with his racism. I'm not going to do it unless anyone indicates they want to hear it. It's a true story. Okay, so Dierker has retired 2 after allowing a leadoff double to Cleon, and Eddie Kranepool comes up in a clutch situation. Okay, Dierker is ready. Here's the pitch to Kranepool. 2-11. Grounds it to second. Boswell tosses over to Blefary at first, and the side is retired. So the Mets leave Cleon stranded at second. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. And we've gone 4 innings. It's a 1-0 ball game. Houston. Good pitching all around. Gentry takes to the mound. He'll pitch the top of the 5th. It'll be Edwards, Dierker, and then back to the top of the order for Sandy Valdez-Spino. Beautiful day here at Shea Stadium. Nice crowd. The gate numbers have been very good. Good attendance for the Mets, given that they're playing so well. 49-48. The first time in this late stage of the season. This is a different Met team. Okay, Edwards steps in to the box. He popped to Grody in the second. Gentry winds the pitch to Edwards. 1-9. Grounds it back to Gentry. Tosses it over to Eddie Kranepool. There's 1 away here. Top of the 5th. And Larry Dierker is the batter. Struck out in the second. Yeah, here's the pitch to Dierker now. 4-6. And that is a base hit for Dierker. My, oh my. A 4-6 single by Larry Dierker off of Gentry with 1 out. And here's Sandy Valdez-Spino, 0 for 2 today. Sandy, a left-handed hitter. And the pitch to Valdez-Spino. 4-7. Walked him. It's first and second, 1 out. That's the 4th base on balls given up by Gentry this afternoon. Now Joe Morgan. Morgan walked and popped to Grody. It's Dierker on first. I'm sorry, Valdez-Spino on first. Dierker on second. 1 down. From the stretch, Gentry. Here's the pitch to Morgan. 6-8. And he flies it to center field. A high fly caught by Agee. Throws it in quickly. And the runner's hole. 2 outs for Jimmy Wynn. Wynn 0 for 2. Gentry trying to get out of this. And Wynn fouls it back out of play. One six. He walked him. Gentry has loaded the bases. This is the second time he's done so. He did so in the second, and that's when Raider hit a sacrifice fly. Same kind of, this is 2 outs though. Bases loaded. And Norm Miller comes to the plate. He's 2 for 2, 2 singles. Scored the only run for the Astros. So Gentry trying to bear down here on Miller. And the pitch. 3-7. Grounds it to short. Buddy Harrelson tosses to Cranepool. And the side is retired. Gentry gets out of it. No runs. 1 hit, 2 walks, 3 left on. We've gone halfway. We're in the middle of the 5th, unless something else happens. And it's still a 1-0 ball game. Boy, Gentry was lucky to get out of that. And we're going to move to the bottom of the 5th. It'll be Grote, Harrelson, and Gentry. Okay, Dierker is ready. Grote struck out in the second. Dierker has 5 strikeouts. Here's the pitch. 4-6. And that is a fly ball to center. Hit well, but playable by Wynn. And that's 1 down. It was a very well hit ball, but high up and out. Here's Buddy Harrelson. 1 out, nobody on. Buddy batting left against the right-hander, Dierker. And the pitch to Harrelson. 1-6. And that is a line out to first, caught by Blefary. 2 outs for Gentry now. 1 hit allowed by Dierker. Was a double by Cleon last inning to lead it off. Left on base. Struck out 5. No runs allowed. 2 outs, nobody on. And the pitch to Gentry. 2-5. Struck him out. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Dierker, and that's number 6 for Dierker. And we've gone 5 full innings here at Shea. And it's the Houston Astros 1, the New York Mets nothing. Mets won the first game of this doubleheader 3-0 on the diamond gem of a game thrown by Kuzman. It'll be Menke, Blefary, and Raider for the Astros in the top of the 6th. Gentry throwing his warm-ups. Okay, Menke steps into the box. Gentry got into big trouble last inning. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Got out of it. Menke singled and walked. Gentry gets the sign from Grote. Here's his windup and the pitch to Menke. 3-7. Walked him. So a lot of walks given up by Gary. That's the 6th walk given up by Gentry. Menke on first to lead it off. Here's Kurt Blefary now. Kurt walked and popped to Boswell at second. Lefty, a left-handed hitter, Gentry from the stretch. And the pitch to Bleffery. 5-7, grounder to second, Boswell. He's a 3, 17-3. It's a re-roll. 8-3. And Boswell turns the double play. It's a 4-6-3 double play. And that's 2 outs, nobody on for Doug Rader. Rader knocked in the only run of this ball game. Again, a sacrifice fly bringing home Miller in the second. It's 2 outs. Base is empty. Pitch to Rader. 4-8. Walked him. Oh my, that's number 7 for Gary Gentry. And Johnny Edwards is the batter. Here's action in the Met bullpen. Two pitchers warming. It's Tug McGraw, the left-hander, and Ron Taylor, the right-hander. Okay, Edwards with 2 outs and Rader on first. Top of the 6th, 1-0 Astros. And the pitch from Gentry. 3-5. Struck him out, and the side is retired. Gentry keeps getting out of jams. There wasn't so much of a jam there, but he keeps getting out of everything. That's the 3rd strikeout for Gary. No runs, no hits, 2 walks, 1 left. We're heading to the bottom of the 6th. It's 1-0 Houston. Again, Mets took the first. 3-0 on a diamond gem of a pitching performance by Jerry Koosman. A 2-hit shutout of this Houston ball club. Now Dierker comes out. He's throwing a shutout. He's throwing a 1-hit shutout. It was the double by Cleon, left on base in the 4th. And it will be the top of the order for the Mets. AG will lead it off. Whoa, that's good coffee. Whoa, Lord, help me. Somebody help me. Please. Don't miss Sports Extra tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern. I'll provide a recap of the day. Sports Extra. Here comes AG now. Struck out and walked. Dierker has been almost unhittable today. He's ready. Here's the windup and the pitch to AG. 5-8. Grounds it to second. That's for Morgan. That's 15-3. That don't smell right. No, he got it. Throws him out. So it's 1 away. And here's Kenny Boswell. Boswell 0 for 2. Yeah. Oh, yeah, let's wake it up. Yeah. Wake it up, New York Mets. Those slumbering bats need awakening. Or maybe they need some of this, but I'll leave it up to them. Here's Ken Boswell, left-handed hitter. Dierker, just unbelievable. He winds, and the pitch to Boswell. 6-7. Struck him out. Second time Boswell is struck out. That's 7. 2 outs, no one on. Here's Cleon. Cleon walked and doubled. Left on both times. Dierker into his windup. Here's the pitch to Cleon. 6-8. Grounder to third. Scooped by Raider. Throws to Bleffery. There's a 1-2-3 again. That's 9 in a row. For Dierker, again, a one-hit shutout. After 6, it's 1-0 ball game. And you know what, Kathy Harden? I need to take a walk. I really need to take a walk. We will be right back in about 3 minutes. Maybe a minute more. Who knows? I'm going to do some hard thinking about this ball game. And I'm going to get to wondering, will the Mets please get your bats going? We don't cheat here, folks. We don't favor. I manage both sides with fairness and integrity. And by making my biases known, I'm able to account for them, acknowledge them, deal with them. Not feed into them. And that's one of the biases. Harden and I both want the Mets in this ball game more than anything, almost, except maybe life and the love we have for our loved ones, and maybe weed and coffee, and I don't want to compare. Oh, that's good coffee. Whoa. Oh, Lord help me. When we come back, it will be Dierker, back to the top of the order, Sandy Valdez-Spino and Joe Morgan in the top of the 7th. Second game of a doubleheader. Mets took 3-0 in the first on Kuzman's 2-hit shutout gem, and now it's Dierker throwing the gem. But Gentry's holding his own, and he ought not do that because that's obscene to be done in public. So, Gary, cut it out. I'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes, folks. Oh, Jesus Christ. Harden is such a good sport for putting up with me. You know that? I'll be back in 2 or 3, folks. Bring your kitties, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life. But they're not hitting the ball today, I'm telling you that. Jones has the only hit. A double. I'll be back 2 or 3 minutes, just stretching the molecules. My molecules need stretching. Thank you. Oh, that's good frickin' coffee. Real good frickin' coffee here. Yeah, I was outside and I was thinking, I don't know if I have it in me to play the Yankee game later this afternoon, but I will do a wrap up at 6 and I'll post it. Uh, I hope you understand. Okay, we're headed to the top of the 7th, and Gary Gentry is on the mound. Gary has allowed one run in 6 innings. He's got into trouble several times, but gotten out of it every time. And Dierker will lead it off. 1 for 2. He singled in the 3rd when the bases were loaded. And Gentry got out of that. Here's the pitch to Dierker. 4-11. And he singles to center, his 2nd hit of the game. Taylor and McGraw warming in the bullpen. And Sandy Valdespino will lead it off. Will come to the plate. I'm so sorry. Dierker on first, no outs. Sandy 0 for 2 with a walk. Gentry has walked 7. From the stretch, Gentry, the pitch to Sandy. 5-9, struck him out. That was on a changeup. 2nd time he got Valdespino. And that's the 4th strikeout for Gentry. And here's Joe Morgan now. Joe 0 for 2 with a walk. Dierker on first, 1 out. Close ball game, anyone's ball game. But the Mets need to find a way to crack this stunning pitching by Larry Dierker. The pitch to Morgan. 2-8. Walked him. That's the 8th walk given up by Gentry, and this is the inning when he can reach fatigue. First and second, 1 out. Jimmy Wynn now. Houston looking for insurance. The pitch to Wynn. 5-7. Grounder to second. Boswell, this could be 2. 5-3. And Boswell turns the double play, the 2nd time in the ball game. And the side is retired. Someone's looking out for Gary Gentry. Now someone's got to look out for the Mets hitters. No runs, 1 hit, a walk, 1 left. It's the 7th inning stretch here at Shea. And here come the Mets in the bottom of the 7th. It'll be Shamsky, Garrett, and Kranepool facing the almost unhittable Larry Dierker today. Lord almighty. Okay, here comes Shamsky now, 0 for 2. Dierker has allowed 1 hit, the double to Jones, 2 walks. He's struck out 7, a 1-hit shutout through 6. Here's Dierker now, the wind-up and the pitch to Shamsky. 4-5, hit deep, but playable by Norm Miller. He makes the catch at the warning track, and that's 1 out. Boy, Shamsky hit that well, but not quite well enough. A 4-5 and home run, 1-3, and it's a 19. Flies out to Miller, 1 away. Now here's Wayne Garrett. Garrett 0 for 2, grounded to first each time. And the pitch from Dierker. 6-3, fly ball left. Valdespino going back to get that, and he can't. He drops the ball, bobbles it, and Garrett is on second with a 2-base error committed by Sandy Valdespino. First error of the ball game. Oh, Sandy must have lost it in the sun. Lord. Oh, my. Wayne Garrett, let's look at that again. 6-3, fly ball left. It's a 4. It's a 4-3 on Valdespino. And there it is, safe at second on an error. Wow. So the tying run is in scoring position with 1 out for Eddie Kranepool. Boy, these games are just unbelievable, Kathy Harden. Unbelievable games. And Kranepool fouls it back and out of play. Kranepool 0 for 2, struck out, ground to second. Here's Dierker now. The pitch to Kranepool. 2-6. Grounds it to first, 2 outs. Garrett holds at second. And Jerry Grode in a clutch situation. Grode 0 for 2. This would be unearned, but the Mets will gladly take it. Garrett on second. 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. Mets trail 1-0. Here's the pitch to Grode. 5-8. A grounder to second. That's from Morgan. 12-3. And he throws him out. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits. The error left on base. After 7, it's a 1-0 ball game, and Dierker got out of that one. And we'll move to the top of the 8th with Gentry hanging by a thread here. Getting out of jams every inning, except maybe, a couple innings. It's been unbelievable. And I'm going to refresh that coffee. Eddie be a hero. Eddie Kranepool. He's been heroic at times. Well, Gentry on the mound. This will most likely be his last inning, as he's due up second next inning. And he's also one hit or walk away from fatigue, with Taylor and McGraw both warmed up. Top of the eighth, 1-0 Astros. It's been a game, I'm telling you. Here comes Norm Miller to lead it off. 2 for 3. Oh, I'm sorry. No, he got out of that. This is a new inning. I'm sorry. You see how fucked up sometimes. At least I catch myself, right? Here's Miller now to lead it off top of the eighth. 2 for 3 today. Pitch from Gentry. 2 hits and/or walks, and he's fatigued. And the pitch. And there's a base hit to center. Third hit, third single by Norman Miller today. Off Gentry. Now Dennis Menke is the batter. Singled and walked twice. Gentry from the stretch. One more hit or walk, he'll be pulled. Here's the pitch. To Menke. 4-10. Catcher X, that's Grody. He's a 2. And Grody drops the pop-up. Oh my! Grody has dropped a routine pop-up. And it's first and second, nobody out. And that's the first error for the Mets. Oh, that was like almost unbelievable to see. Here's Kurt Blefary now. First and second, nobody out. Blefary 0 for 2 with a walk. Lord. Oh. Okay, Gentry. The pitch to Blefary. 6-9. Walked him. And that's it for Gary Gentry. He's loaded the bases, and he has reached fatigue. So Gentry is out. He pitched 7 innings, has not retired a batter this inning. He allowed 6 hits. He walked 9. Real control issues. Struck out 4. He's allowed 1 run thus far, but he's responsible for bases loaded. And who's going to be the lucky chap to come in and pitch to Doug Rader? It's going to be Ron Taylor, the right-hander. And he got bombed, if you recall, in a very ugly loss that the Mets had recently. Taylor takes his warm-ups. Bases loaded. And Doug Rader, the batter. Infield is in. They don't want to let anything up. Here's the pitch to Rader. 6-7. Grounds it to second with an infield in. Boswell a 3. A 6-3. Infield in, out. Looking at the chart. And the runners hold. Oh, that's beautiful. Boswell was playing so close, held everybody. It's 1 out and the bases remain loaded. Isn't that something? Here's Johnny Edwards now. Infield now double play depth. Taylor trying to get the Mets out of this. Edwards 0 for 3. And the pitch from Edwards. To Edwards. 5-6. And that's a ground ball to second for the force. And the run scores. It's going to be unearned. So it's 2 outs, first and third. And Here comes Dierker now. 2-0. Astros. Jesus. First and third, 2 down. Could have been worse. Taylor bearing down, trying to get Dierker. Now, Dierker, 2 for 3 today. 2 singles. And here's the pitch from Taylor. 3-7, and he grounds it to second, and the side is retired. But there was another run, an unearned run, on 1 hit, an error, a walk, really ugly stuff. And after 7.5, it's 2-0 Houston. Gentry gets charged with 1 run for the ball game. And Dierker with a 1-hit shutout. He'll face Harrelson, a pinch hitter, and then Tommy Agee. So we can knock Taylor out for pitching 1 run, 1 inning, no hits, all ground balls to Boswell. And he did very well. Here's Buddy Harrelson now. Mets have 2 innings to try to come back here. Fasten your seatbelts, people. Harrelson switch hitter batting left facing Dierker. Dierker throwing a 1-hit shutout. Here's the windup and the pitch to Harrelson. That's 1-7, and he struck him out. Oh my, that's number 8 for Dierker, and there will be a hitter now. They've got most of their decent left-handed hitters in the lineup to go against Dierker for the pinch hitter. Let's see who it's going to be. Coming in to hit is Ron Swoboda, a right-handed hitter. Swoboda giving the pinch hit duty here in the bottom of the 8th, 1 out, nobody on. Dierker. Mets down by 2, 1 out, bottom of the 8th. Here's the pitch to Swoboda. 6-9, grounds it to short. There's Menke. 13-3, and he boots it. Oh, Menke with the error. Swoboda on, second error by the Astros. Menke booted that. And there's going to be a pinch runner for Ron Swoboda. Coming in to run is a very young player named Amos Otis. Otis, by the way, was on this 69 Met team. He only had 93 at-bats. He hit 151. I mean, he didn't hit much. He was young. But he's got the speed that's needed. So Otis running for Swoboda in the bottom of the 8th. A 1-17. Not much of a stealer. He's a D. And here comes Agee now. Folks, this is not for the faint of heart. Oh, these games. It's 1 out, Amos Otis on first. And Agee at the plate 0 for 2 with a walk. Dierker has been unbelievable today. From the stretch, the pitch to Agee. 2-7. Grounded to third for the force. Getting Otis out. It's 2 outs, Agee on first now. And Ken Boswell. Here's the pitch to Boswell. 6-7. Struck him out. And that's the 9th for Larry Dierker. And we have to acknowledge he has been unbelievable. No runs, no hits, the error, and 1 left on. After 8, it's 2-0. But don't give up hope, Kathy Harden. Please do not give up hope. Coming in is Tug McGraw, who had been warming in the bullpen. The left-hander. And he'll face Sandy Valdespino, a left-hander. And with a 2-0 lead, they're going to have a pinch hitter for Sandy because he does not do well against left-handers. Look at that left-hand side. So Sandy will be replaced with a pinch hitter. They're not taking anything for granted in this ball game. It's going to be Jesus Alou coming in and playing left field if in the bottom of the 9th. Jesus Alou pinch hitting for Sandy Valdespino, with McGraw, the left-hander, in. And here's McGraw now. The pitch to Alou. 6-6. And that is a double down the line for Jesus to lead it off McGraw. Here's Joe Morgan now. Morgan 0 for 2, walked twice. The pitch from McGraw, 2-7. He walked him. That's the 3rd walk given up to Morgan today. First and second, nobody out. And here's the toy cannon, Jimmy Wynn, 0 for 3 with a walk. No matter how you cut it, it's been quite a ball game, Kathy Harden. Here's the pitch from McGraw. 5-9. Struck him out. So there's 1 down. And Norm Miller, 3 for 4, 3 singles, scored twice. Infield double play depth. McGraw from the stretch and the pitch to Miller. 3-10. Grounds it to short, double play. That was turned by Buddy Harrelson, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 left. We're heading to the bottom of the 9th. Mets trail by 2, and Dierker with a 1-hit shutout. But the Mets will try to put an end to that, and who could be better to do so than Cleon? Cleon has the only hit of the ball game, a double to lead off the 4th, left on base. Dierker. Here's the windup and the pitch to Cleon. 5-11, grounds it to second. Morgan over to first, 1 down. I hope you don't get seriously upset, Kathy Harden, by such losses. I hope you take it in stride. I think that's part of the fun of it, to have feelings, negative feelings, but we get over it, I hope, quite quickly. I mean, seriously, this is a fantasy. This is a fantasy league. Here's Art Shamsky 0 for 3. Dierker, 2 outs away from the shutout with the 1-hitter. Here's the pitch to Shamsky. 2-3, and it's a base hit to right. That's the 2nd hit of the game given up. Shamsky with 1 out, singles to right. And coming in to run for Shamsky is Rod Gaspar. Rod Gaspar, he's a 1-15, and he is a switch hitter. So Gaspar coming in to run. And he will, if they tie it up, he'll play right field. But if they win it, he'll just be part of the celebration. Gaspar running for Shamsky in the bottom of the ninth. It's 1 out. Gaspar on first and Wayne Garrett at the plate. Wayne 0 for 3, reached on the error. That's a strike called on Garrett. Here's the pitch from Dierker. 1-7. Struck him out. That is the 10th strikeout for Dierker. And he is 1 out away from a 2-hit shutout. And Eddie Kranepool, he's hit home runs. He's been really, you know what I mean. He's 0 for 3 today. Dierker, 2 outs. Gaspar on first, running for Shamsky. Mets trail by 2. Dierker from the stretch now. The pitch to Kranepool. 4-12. Grounds it to first. Bleffery a 4. Will he get this? 18-4. And he scoops it and steps on the bag, and the ball game is over. What a game. The final score, Houston Astros 2, New York Mets nothing. So 2 shutouts in the doubleheader. In the first game, a 2-hit shutout by Kuzman in a 3-0 win. And then the Astros win the second game on a 2-0 shutout by Dierker. Dierker gets the win. He went all the way. He's easily the star of the game. He allowed 2 hits. He walked 2, struck out 10, and allowed 0 runs. And that's amazing. Gentry gets the loss. Pitched good baseball. Got out of so many jams. McGraw ends up pitching 1 inning, allowing 1 hit, a walk, a strikeout, no runs. The final line in this ball game, Kathy Harden: Houston Astros 2 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors. The New York Mets, no runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. I'll be putting this one in the books with the updated standings after game 2, not after game 1. It's not worth doing that. I don't know if I'm up for an afternoon game. I'll see how I feel. What I am up for, and I'm going to set it up now, is a 6 p.m. wrap-up. At 6 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on my channel, for a wrap-up of the day. Stay strong, everybody. Kathy Harden, we really appreciate your helping along. Stay well, everybody. And I'll catch you next time.